What's up, good people? It's your boy Soul Man Chili P, aka your girlfriend's favorite sneakerhead, aka your cousin with all the shoes. And I want to thank all of you for making it here to episode 6 of Soul Sessions. Before we get into anything, I want to thank everybody who's been liking and subscribing and sharing the videos. I want to thank everybody who's been commenting with all the tips and tricks and everything that you've been helping me out with. I greatly appreciate it. Everybody over here at Soul Sessions definitely appreciates it. It's something that's been helping us move forward. So definitely keep liking, subscribing, keep writing down in those comments and letting us know what you think. Now, without further ado, I want to get into something that's very special. One of my favorite silhouettes besides the Nike Dunks, and I told you guys this last week that we would be doing this. We have the Travis Scott Air Trainer 1s. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get straight into this because this is something that's near and dear to my heart. I'm not really a Travis Scott fan. I can name maybe 3 Travis Scott songs, but the reason why this is so dope to me is because truly, if you know me and you know my sneaker journey, you would know that the very ever first pair of sneakers that I bought with my own money was a pair of yellow and gray and black Air Trainer 1s. And looking back on it, these shoes were hideous, but at the time they were the best thing going to me, and I spent my hard-earned finish line money to buy them, so I was proud of them. So, of course, we're just gonna start off with the box branding. We have the Cactus Corporation. As you know, Travis Scott goes by also Cactus Jack, so a lot of the Travis Scott Nike collaborations are gonna have Cactus Jack or Cactus Corp branding. So if you remember also the Air Trainer, the other brand of Air Trainer, the other Air Trainer 1s he did, and also he did a pair of Dunks and some Air Force 1s as well. And of course the infamous Jordan 4s, the Cactus Jack Jordan 4s. So I'm sure you all remember those. So we have the Nike branding here. We have, of course, size 12. These are not my size. Luckily, a friend of mine was able to hit on the shock drop and he ended up getting them. So shout out to him. Nike, of course, we have the Cactus Jack logo right there. I don't know if you want to see that, Cactus Jack. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and open these up, man. Cactus Corporation on the wrapping paper. We have this. Oh, and the colors for this, it's a gray haze, olive, and aurora canvas. So we're just gonna put on the full motion out. So, for those of you who have no idea about the Air Trainer 1, the Air Trainer 1 was first introduced to Nike in 1985. That's when it began conception. Because what happened was, a lot of athletes could not find a shoe that they could also run, weight train, just overall wear. So this was really the first creation of the multi-purpose sneaker. So I guess essentially I don't want to say CrossFit, but this was probably the closest thing that we had to CrossFit. This was the first cross trainer that we knew of. So it was introduced to John McEnroe in 1986, and he actually wore a sample pair. I want to say at Wimbledon. Don't quote me on that. If anybody, all my tennis buffs out there, if you know, go ahead and put it in the comments when was the first time that he actually wore the Air Trainer 1s. But the story goes that Nike came to him with about 5 different samples of designs that they could use. He tried on the Air Trainer 1s and he told them, I'm never giving you these back. So that is the story of the Air Trainer 1. Now, most of you may be more familiar with Bo Jackson. So Bo Jackson is one of the people who really is responsible for making the Air Trainer an iconic staple in sneaker lore and sneaker history. So you remember, of course, the iconic Bo Knows campaign, Bo Knows surfing, Bo Knows golf, Bo Knows basketball. And this was essentially to introduce the many purposes that this shoe has and the many things that this shoe could be used for. So beyond the fact that Bo Jackson was a 2 to 3 sport athlete, and not only that, he was actually probably one of the only people besides probably Deion Sanders who could have actually went to the Hall of Fame in 2 different sports. So he actually made this iconic because he was versatile on the field and versatile in terms of the sports world. And this is a shoe that's meant to be versatile to help you train. So we're gonna fast forward, and now they're doing a collaboration with Travis Scott. Travis Scott, multi-platinum selling artist, sold millions of records around the world. Many of you may be familiar with him from the recent Astroworld tragedy, but here at Soul Sessions, we understand that we are not the sum of our decisions. So we'll leave that at that. So they decided that they would do a collaboration with him. Now these were actually slated to release, I want to say some time ago, these were actually slated to release, I think last year, but these released May 27th for a retail of $140, and on resale markets they're going anywhere from about $200, and I've seen even as high as $250 to $300 some odd dollars in certain cases. So definitely keep that in mind if you're out there looking at trying to buy these from a reseller. I wouldn't suggest StockX. Like I said, I know you guys have been asking me about when am I gonna do a video talking about the dangers of StockX and things that are associated with dealing with StockX. And I promise you that video is definitely coming, even if I have to just do it as a short reel video on my page for you to just kind of get an understanding of some of the horror stories I have from StockX, whether it's the 1 month shipping, not getting the shoes I ordered, getting fake shoes. Like I've had every experience that you could possibly think of. But back to these, we're gonna get into the details of the shoe. We're gonna immediately start with the outsole. The outsole, I'm guessing this is that gray haze color that they're talking about on the box in the description. Something that I find really cool, you have the US patent number for this. This sole, I don't know exactly what this sole is for. I've reviewed a lot of Nike SBs, so I'm not exactly sure what this sole is for. It doesn't look like it has the kind of grip that you would need to train. It doesn't look like, of course, it has the grip that you would need to skate, so I'm not sure exactly what this is for. I feel like this is more for aesthetic than for actual function. So I'm just gonna leave that at that. On the mids, of course, that's when you start getting some of that, what is this color? Great, Aurora Canvas, I guess. So this is when you get kind of some of that yellow kind of coloring going on when you get to the mids. And then you get to, of course, the uppers. On the back, you have the Cactus Corporation branding. Then you have the, what is this material right here? It's like it puts me in the mind of a pair of Jordan 1s I had. I don't know how many of you remember the Father's Day pack from about 2008, 2009. Actually, I want to say maybe even before then. Jordan 1s, they had a Father's Day pack, and they had put a material on there, and it very much resembles this right here. So we have also, mostly this shoe is corduroy, and when I first saw the descriptions of the shoe and when I first actually saw the shoe, this is my first time seeing the shoe in person. So when I saw the shoe online, I had no idea that it was corduroy. It was, to my understanding, that it was either a leather or a cloth type material that closely resembled the first pair of Air Trainers that I owned, or the chlorophylls for those of you who know your Air Trainers. So we have this nice like corduroy type material right here. Also some more corduroy material right here on the side paneling. And then we have, of course, the coup de grace. This is what you mostly see in a lot of the descriptions. So this is kind of like a shroud. And what this does is it helps protect that corduroy when it's raining from the elements and things like that. And this shroud out here actually is indeed waterproof. So you can take this off. I won't take it all the way off right now, but I'll take it off in a little bit to kind of show you what to do with it and how we store it. You have the laces, the Aurora Haze or whatever this color is. And then of course, the iconic Air Trainer 1 staple. You have the 4-foot or whatever that's called, whatever that area is called, Velcro heel, Velcro tab. So coloring all on the side, you have this Aurora. I'm guessing that's the color of that. You have the green here. As customary with Travis Scott's, the reverse Nike swoosh. So, of course, things that you know. This pocket in the back, it is form, not function. I'm sorry. This pocket in the back is for nothing. It does nothing. It holds nothing. It is for nothing. It is purely for the look of the shoe. That is it. That is all. Now, I tell you what, there is a pocket that serves a function. Now, how many of you remember my review that I did on the Nike SB Bodega Dunk Highs? if you remember that on the tongue, in the inside, there was a pocket. So I'm guessing they kind of took some inspiration from that. And if you look right here on this, there's a pocket. And before I started filming, I was recently told by my cameraman, Ken Keats, book him for all your events, that this is supposed to be folded up, right? And it goes in the pocket. So now when it's not in use and when I feel like I don't need to use it or I don't need it or whatever the case may be, I'm having a little trouble here. All right, don't need it or whatever the case may be, I put it right in there and it immediately not only gives the tongue of my shoe some volume, but also it allows me to put that away for safekeeping, and now I can put it on and take it off as I choose. I can wear one on, one off if I so choose to. I wouldn't. I think that looks corny, but hey, do you. Let's see, did they come with an extra pair of laces? I'm not sure if it did. Doesn't look like it did. These did not come with an extra pair of laces. Overall, a really cool shoe. Amazing. The quality on it is very nice. I wish they could have, I wish they could have put a bigger Nike swoosh on these. I absolutely wish they could have put a bigger Nike swoosh on these. So that's probably one of the first things that I would change. The second thing I would probably change is if you're going to give me a Shroud, I need it to kind of cover the whole shoe, because as my daughter suggested when I first showed her these shoes, what about if this part gets wet? So, I mean, kind of reminiscent for those of you who remember the glove, the Gary Paytons. So if you're gonna give me a Shroud, give me something like that, I feel like, to be completely honest with you. Overall, really cool shoe, really amazing collaboration. Nike, of course, dope brand, one of my favorite brands. trainer1, one of my favorite silhouettes next to the Nike Dunk. And Travis Scott, a cool guy who's in love with the Kardashian, I guess. I don't know. But for those of you who want to get these, like I said, the resale market on these is somewhere between $230 to $250, which can be a little expensive. I understand, because we are living in times of an extreme recession. So keep that in mind. Thank you, Joseph. But if you want them, buy them. Good shoe. I've been told they fit true to size. Air Trainers have never given me a problem. The only thing that I would say about Air Trainers is they are a lot more narrow than you think. So it seems like this is a very wide shoe, but what happens is, because they're so narrow, I find that I have to, at times, loosen this part up because it squeezes my toe really, really bad. Really dope shoe. Before we end the video, something I want to start doing, something I want to start giving you guys. I know I review a lot of shoes, but I want to start giving you some shoes straight from my closet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shoe off and I'm going to give you a shoe straight from my closet. This is the very first installment of Chili's Closet. So this Nike Sacai, not sure when these came out, not sure when these released. I'm not gonna tell you a whole lot about them. They got multiple tongues, they got multiple layers, they're extremely cool, and they're see-through. For those of you who remember the Fantastic Four Invisible Womans from 2005, the Air Force Ones, they're very reminiscent of that. These are the Kiss of Death clot Sacai's. So they have these not only in this color, but they also come in a gray and blue color. And I chose to pair these because of that orange. I chose to pair these with the Stussy socks, for those of you who remember my Stussy Dunk review. And I believe I got this kid like TJ Maxx or something, and I paired that with the Pleasures hat. So for those of you that's just looking for different inspiration and things you can do, color scheme, color matching situation, something that you can put together. I also would probably pair these with a Michael Vick Virginia Tech jersey. It's something that I've been thinking about doing. I want to thank every last one of you for tuning in. It's been 6 episodes. We've made it this far. And of course, you know how we do it over here at Soul Sessions. So you know what I'm going to tell you at the end of every episode. Keep stepping, fam.